Today on The Spot, a whole mess of new releases hit stores this week, as well as a slew of DLC ready for download this week on Xbox Live. Speaking of Xbox Live, Sophia Tong demos Lucidity, available soon on XBLA, and we go from SoCal to NorCal with a look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and check out the games coming to the Sony PSP. Today on The Spot.
Hello everybody and welcome to Today on the Spot for Saturday, September 19th. I am Brian Eckberg and I'm joined by Sophia Tong. How are you?
Good. How are you? Aren't you a little tired? New baby and all?
Yeah, I'm okay. Actually, I've got the baby at home. I've got her on a workout regimen already.
Nice.
Free weights. She's doing P90X and I've got her dragging a big wheelbarrow full of dirt.
Oh, sweet. So she's going to be buff and ready to go.
She's ready to go.
Two.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the plan at least. We got to have some help with the yard work. We have a lot of things we want to get to. It's Saturday, of course, but I wanted to come in, of course, for the SmackDown vs. Raw draft we had on Wednesday, I think.
Yes.
We had the Halo ODST thing on Friday.
Yes.
Marathon, right?
Right.
That was awesome, the first hour of that, and I think we're heading somewhere. You and I are probably on a plane right now.
Right now to Tokyo.
Right, so we're heading to Tokyo for TGS. That's going to be a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. I think we're probably both sleeping right now.
That's true. I'm going to try to sleep as much as I can on that plane.
Absolutely. Well, of course, we're going to have a lot of TGS coverage for you next week, but we've got a show to get to today. Right now, we want to get you guys caught up with all the news. Let's send it over to the guys at the GameSpot news desk.
Hey everyone, it's your GameSpot news update for Saturday, September 19th. I'm Tor Thorson. Nintendans and train spotters rejoice. The Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks finally has a release date. Link's second DS outing will arrive stateside on December 7th, 3 days after Wii Fit Plus gets yet more suburban housewives off the couch. Like the Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks will feature the same distinctive visual style as the game keeps Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker, GameSpot's 2003 Game of the Year. Remember that? And as the title implies, it will feature a magical train which lets players bounce away baddies with an onboard cannon on their way to solve puzzles and explore dungeons. Dungeons. In other news, Blizzard Entertainment co-founder Frank Pierce gave a keynote address at the Austin Game Developers Conference. In it, he broke down how absolutely huge the effort behind World of Warcraft is. Over 4,000 employees work full-time on the game, which is made up of 5.5 million lines of code. There are 1.5 million assets in the game, including 70,000 spells and over 40,000 non-player characters. All told, World of Warcraft and its two expansions have over 7,600 quests in all, which helps keep its 11 million plus subscribers indoors and occupied. They really should sell vitamin D with that game. Well, that's it, your GameSpot news update for Saturday, September 19th. For more headlines like these, head on over to news.gamespot.com.
Now, this past week was crazy with the amount of new releases hitting the store shelves. This next week, we'll have the long-awaited release of Halo 3 ODST. So let's check out the new releases for next week to see what else is coming out soon.
It's well into September, and that means big-name games are going to be the norm leading up to the holiday shopping season. Microsoft and Bungie anchored the current week with the release of Halo 3 ODST, the latest Xbox 360 exclusive installment in their acclaimed sci-fi warfare franchise. Originally billed as a 3 to 5 hour expansion pack to 2007's smash hit Halo 3, Bungie's latest evolved into a more reaching and full-price venture over the course of development. Swapping out Bungie's iconic Master Chief for a squad of orbital drop-shock troopers, ODST tells a darker story set in the city of New Mombasa. A pair of massively multiplayer online role-playing games will accompany Halo 3 ODST to market this week. Korean MMOG maker Aeon will launch its Angels and Demons themed Aeon on Tuesday. Last week, the publisher said that the game had already secured nearly 400,000 pre-orders, making Aeon the biggest MMOG launch of 2009 so far. However, Aeon will have a bit of competition from Icarus Games' Fallen Earth, a post-apocalyptic sci-fi MMORPG. Sony's PlayStation 3 has a pair of quirky titles on tap this week. Keita Takahashi's latest Matter Amalgamator, Katamari Forever, will offer the largest selection of stages, modes, and songs of any game in the series. Meanwhile, Natsume will bring over the Sony Japan-developed Africa, a safari simulator that lets gamers snap photos of wild beasts on the African steppes. As will happen, the Wii has 2 kid-friendly titles coming into its library this week. Capcom's Spyborgs has been billed an interactive version of your favorite Saturday morning cartoon and sees players assuming control of one of 5 bionically enhanced spies in an effort to take down one of their traitorous former compatriots. From Ubisoft comes Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Smash Up, a multiplayer brawler built in the style of Nintendo's highly popular Super Smash Bros. Franchise. For further details on the week's games, visit GameSpot's new releases page. Release dates are based on retailer listings and are subject to change.
So there's a look at the new releases coming out for this week. Now, Sophia, I'm a little bit confused. It's Saturday, and we're just about to throw to the Xbox Live segment? That's weird.
Usually it's PS3 stuff.
Yeah, it's PS3 stuff. I think it probably has to do with the WWE draft thing that we mentioned earlier. That was on Wednesday. It bumped the Thursday show, so it's time to take a look at what's new on Xbox Live this week, right now.
This week on Xbox Live Marketplace, we score big with demos this week. FIFA 10 kicked its way onto Xbox Live Marketplace and gives players new levels of control and innovation to experience the game like never before. While you're on the soccer tip, check out Pro Evolution Soccer 2010. Featuring incredibly detailed visuals, more refined controls and skills, simulation-focused gameplay, and more tactical depth, PES has totally been overhauled for the fans. If soccer isn't your thing, how about NBA Live 10? The latest in the Live franchise includes major improvements to player movement, gameplay, controls, and an all-new broadcast presentation package. All new features include Dynamic Season, updated Dynamic DNA, Adidas Live Run, and Playoffs mode. New in the Xbox Live Arcade, we've got Bubble Bobble Neo. The action game classic Bubble Bobble returns as an XBLA game. Encase your enemies in bubbles with the bubble-spitting dragon Bub. Enjoy a full-on recreation of the arcade version of the original game in classic mode, as well as various new features such as offline co-op play for up to 4 players in arrange mode, and competitive play in versus mode. Next, fight for world domination in the all-new Red Alert 3 Commander's Challenge. Do you have what it takes to withstand the brutal onslaught and relentless taunting of the world's toughest commanders, including Ric Flair as Commander Hill? New in Games on Demand, FIFA Street 3 brings you the flair, style, and attitude of street football like never before. Play as your heroes in unique street environments and show what you can do with the ball at your feet. On the indie games front, we bring you a couple of interesting titles. Turn your TV into a hypnotizing machine with Hypnotize, or set your TV on fire with Fire. For you Rachel Starr fans out there, To Go Vids brings us Rachel Starr Stunt Show Volume 1. Finally, Soul Survivor is a tower defense style game putting players into the role of Soul Paragon, commander in a desperate struggle against the evil Ascendancy. Players construct turrets and control powerful orbital support abilities to hold back advancing waves of enemies. For game add-ons, we have the Insane Night Map Pack for Batman Arkham Asylum, and the Red Faction Guerrilla Multiplayer Map Pack. And in the game video section, be sure to check out the vision behind Halo 3 ODST. That's it for this week on Xbox Live Marketplace. For more information, check out xbox.com and gamespot.com.
Now, last Wednesday, we headed down to Los Angeles to attend a special event for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. For more on that, let's check in with GameSpot's Randolph Ramsey. Randy, what's up?
Hey, this is Randolph here. We're in Los Angeles at a multiplayer event for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So without any further ado, let's go check it out. Hey, it's Randolph here again. We're here with Vince Zampella. He's the studio head and CEO of Infinity Ward, talking about multiplayer in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, Vince, obviously, the multiplayer in Modern Warfare was absolutely massive. What did you decide to focus on and improve in Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer?
Well, it's kind of taking a look at it from a whole kind of ground-up level, is taking the game and deciding, okay, breaking it down, what made it good, what's the core, the heart and soul of kind of what the multiplayer was, and keeping that. So we kind of took that, you see what's the kind of core essence of the game, and then build on it and say like upgradable perks and customizable kill streaks and more weapons and attachments. And AC-130 in multiplayer is something that's, you know, an immediate favorite of anyone who plays it. You know, so it's keeping that core of the game but making it a deeper, richer experience.
So you seem to have put in a lot more, I guess, player customization options in this one. Why did you decide to go down that path?
Well, that's kind of what we started with the first Modern Warfare, is, you know, allowing you to, you know, unlock things as you play them. You know, you play with a certain weapon, you unlock, you know, upgrades for that weapon. So it's just kind of the natural progression of what was successful in Modern Warfare 1. So we're giving you more of that.
So obviously, like the first game, Modern Warfare, has a very strong community behind it. What sort of feedback did you get from them, and what sort of things did you incorporate in Modern Warfare 2?
I mean, feedback is obviously enormous on a game like this, you know, just from praise or outcries on the forums to, you know, our Twitter app where it was, you know, what features would you like to see in the next game. So, you know, we look at all that and we balance with our thinking. You know, it's not just a blind kind of process. It's, you know, a little bit of, we design a game that we think is going to be great, and then we look at it and test it against, you know, this feedback that we get, and, you know, look at it and say, okay, well, I see maybe if we tweak this a little bit, or this, you know, this feature a little bit, then that's more of what the fans are expecting. Okay,
Vince, just finally, can you tell us when Modern Warfare 2 is coming out and what platforms people can expect it on?
It will be out November 10th this year, November 10th, 2009, on Xbox 360, PS3, and PC.
Thank you very much for your time. Hey, it's Randolph here again. We're here with Albert Pinello. He's the Senior Director of Global Marketing for Xbox. And we're going to chat about this Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Xbox 360 that these guys have come out with. So tell us about the package, man. What's in it?
Well, it's a great deal. We got 2 wireless controllers, a copy of the game, a headset, 250 gig hard drive, which is the biggest hard drive we've ever released, and this very cool design that we worked on with Infinity Ward, coming out for $399.
So tell us once again, when is it out and how much can people expect to pay for it?
So it's going to come out on November 10th, day and date with Modern Warfare 2, and it's going to be $399, so it's a heck of a deal.
So there you have it, folks. Multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2. For more information on the game, be sure to check out GameSpot. Thanks.
All right, it's time for today's demo, and Sophia, you've brought by an Xbox Live game?
Yeah, Xbox Live Arcade. We have Lucidity, and it is made by the people who did the reimagining of The Secret of Monkey Island, so it's the LucasArts guys.
But it's not an adventure game, right?
No, it's actually an interesting puzzle platformer. So I'm going to jump into the first level and show you kind of how the story is set up, and go from there.
Okay, it's sort of a puzzle. You likened it a bit to Tetris, right?
Well, there's puzzle pieces that will appear, kind of the way Tetris does, and you can choose to either hold the piece or use it. That's the Tetris element of it. But
I like the art style.
Yeah, the art style's cool. It's like a little children's book. See, that's Sophie, our hero, our heroine. And then you see that she's reading a book and her grandmother's there knitting. So this kind of sets up the story. Eventually, Grandma's gonna disappear, and Sophie gets out of bed and she's kind of walking along and trying to figure out where Grandma went.
So the baby sleeps right next to the furnace?
Yeah, well,
that's not safe.
You know, this seems to be taken, you know, back in the old days where they only had furnaces.
Okay, all right. Oh, look, see what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Sparks.
I know, fire's gonna break out.
Yep.
All right, so she's got the little hat.
Okay.
She's got on her boots. She's like, Grandma? No, but so. What's interesting about this is that Sophie's in perpetual motion. So as she's going through the stage, you have to guide her to the end. So these puzzle pieces will come up, either like shoes, stairs, blocks, or planks. And you have to be able to kind of guide her, make sure she doesn't fall into any pits or like hit giant bugs. Seems to be like the main enemy here. So this is the kind of the tutorial level.
She skips.
She's skipping along. And it says you just move the pieces around. So I was like, okay, well, I'll put the springy shoe right here.
Because she's got to get over this little thing here?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's pretty simple. I know right now it looks really, really easy, but in the later levels, you are pretty much dropping stuff like one after the other. If she's falling out of the sky, you're throwing planks down, you're throwing stairs down. So it gets kind of tricky.
And how do you flip between like right now you only have one piece. How do you flip between a plank and a...
Okay, so right now they're only giving us one piece, but I only press A to leave it on the ground. And I think it's only there temporarily, like it'll eventually disappear. But if I want to hold one, you see in the left side there, you can actually hold it. So if I had different puzzle pieces coming along, I can move it to that side.
So this is basically a tutorial level we just saw here, and you're going to jump a little bit further?
Yeah, so we'll go into the next level here, and she likes collecting fireflies, apparently.
Of course, who doesn't?
So that's kind of what you're doing. You're going through these levels collecting fireflies, and every level has a certain amount, and it's actually pretty hard to get all of them. The blue ones there, that means I've already collected this. But like, they're going to be in different locations, so it kind of gives a bit of replay value if you're really anal and want to get everything.
I think I saw a wasp there.
Yeah.
That's an enemy?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
So here I put a plank, and she can actually climb up this section, but I can make her hop over it if I want. And what's also weird is that these pieces that come on the right, they're randomly generated. So sometimes you don't get the piece that you want, so you could be plotting stuff down everywhere just to get it out of the way. Like,
oh, I see. Like you need the shoes right now.
Yeah.
But she can climb, so she has
can climb like
a
one
measure
little
of,
bump,
she's sort of self-sufficient. So we have the little springy shoes, the plank, what else?
Eventually, the harder levels. See, I want to try to avoid that mushroom guy. So yeah, it'll start to get tricky because you have to kind of, I mean, she walks pretty slow, but once you come across like pits and stuff, it's going to be a little harder. So other items, there's bombs. Sometimes she'll run into a wall and you can actually blow those pieces up. There's also staircases that you can, it's kind of a little ramp to get her across. And see, like down there, you don't want to drop her into that poisonous area. See, I don't want the shoe right now, so I want
the
this.
plank. So could you string together two shoes like that in midair and have her do like a double jump?
Yeah, well, yeah, if you can place it right, you can have her jump up and then reach the other shoe and jump up again. And that's probably how you can get to the higher fireflies. Like, this level's still pretty easy, so I've gotten most of them. Oh, she's stuck.
And if you fail here, does it start you midway through the level, or do you start all over?
Actually, it doesn't. I've gotten to the point where I've almost gotten to the end, and they bump you back to the beginning, so it's kind of brutal that way. So the goal is to get to the end, and at the end there's a little mailbox, and she gets a postcard from her Nana, and it's always like, "Dearest Sophie, the world is as wonderful as you are."
Princess is in another castle.
Kind of like that.
Okay.
But, no, it's really cute.
Yeah,
she leaves
cute.
really sweet messages, and yeah, so
just like Nana.
Just like Nana would.
How many levels do we have? How many have we
I don't
unlocked
know.
here?
I've unlocked quite a few.
Okay.
I heard there were 3 acts, so yeah, so that's kind of the game. It comes out on October 7th on XBLA. I don't know what the price is yet, though.
Okay, well, just right around the corner.
Yes.
Sophia, thanks so much for that. Right now, her and we went to a PSP event earlier in the week.
We did.
It was so fun.
So many games.
Oh, they were all handheld. It was great. So let's take a look at that PSP event we were at on Thursday of this week. Check it out right now.
Hey folks, Homer Ibarra here at the Sony PSP Go event, where they're going to be displaying the actual hardware here, and a lot of the titles coming to the PSP Go, such as Little Big Planet, SOCOM, and a slew of other titles. GameSpot editors are standing by to interview the developers of those games, so let's go check them out right now. Hey folks, Homer Ibarra here at the PSP Go event with my man Brian Eckberg. What's up, Brian?
Hey man, what's going on?
So you saw a couple games for the PSP. Yes. What were they?
I saw NBA 10, which of course, basketball game, and I saw Gran Turismo PSP, which I hadn't seen since E3, where we actually interviewed Kazunori Yamauchi about the game. So
cool. So how's it progressing?
It's done basically. I mean, it's ready to go. I guess they're holding it off till the PSP Go comes out, and then they'll be available for download. But this game is basically done. They showed off. It's the first time I've seen it, like I said, so a lot of it was new for me. And what's interesting is that, you know, in the traditional Gran Turismo game, you start from scratch. You've got nothing. You have to unlock so much stuff as you go. In this game, everything is basically unlocked for you. They wanted to make it very friendly to people who maybe have never played a Gran Turismo game before. The only thing that isn't unlocked is the cars. So you start off with one car, win races, earn money and buy more cars. But all the tracks, all the game modes, all that's open right away. Still be able to do license tests and all that. Well, actually, there is no license test, but there's what they're calling driver challenges, which are similar to the old license tests. And they have really cool multiplayer as well. We have something called shuffle mode, where if you and I were to play ad hoc wireless, you could randomize the cars that we would use. There's like 800 cars or something like that. So it would give you a car, me a car in the same class, we'd race, and then if I won, the next time we did a race, I'd be handicapped, so you'd have a better chance of winning. So just to, add a little spice to the multiplayer. So seems like it's pretty cool. I'll certainly be all over it, but it's going to be definitely a different experience for like hardcore Gran Turismo fans.
So let's wrap it up here. GT coming out very soon.
Coming out in the beginning of October.
And when's NBA coming out?
I don't know, but I would assume it's somewhere around that same timeline.
All right, cool, Brian. Thanks for joining us. We're going to go check in with the rest of the GameSpot editors and see what they're taking a look at. So let's go check them out right now. Hey, folks, Homer Ibarra back here at the PSP Go event with my man Sean McInnes. Sean, you checked out a couple of games. Let's talk about them.
First one I saw was Jack and Daxter for the PSP. That one's developed by High Impact. They're the guys who made the Ratchet and Clank PSP game, so they're definitely known for doing successful conversions of like popular Sony franchises. It looks really cool. It's got some puzzle elements. It's got like a flight combat level. I shot some dudes out of the sky with a missile launcher.
That's dope.
Yeah, I know. Anytime you get an opportunity to do that, I will say yes, and I will do that.
All right, so we saw it at E3. Is there anything new that they're showing off here at this event?
Yeah, they showed a pretty traditional Jack platforming level at E3, but this one was a lot more puzzle-oriented. I got to see Dark Daxter, which is when Daxter gets consumed by this evil matter and becomes like it plays a lot differently, a lot more puzzly, and then that flight combat level that I mentioned. So it looks like quite a bit of gameplay variety in that one.
Very cool. And right now, you haven't had a chance to look at it, but Fat Princess on the PSP, what do you anticipate?
I am about to go murder some dudes with an axe and try to rescue a morbidly obese princess. So, Homer, if you wouldn't mind wishing me some luck, that would be great.
Dude, good luck, Sean.
All right.
Go get that morbidly obese princess.
About to do that right now.
All right, so Sean's going to go do his thing. Probably going to check in with Sophia next. She got her hands on a bunch of PSP Go games, so let's go check in with her right now. Now I'm with Sophia Tong, the last GameSpot editor I'll check in, but the editor who had her hands on the most games. So you saw a slew of titles. Let's talk about the first one. You saw
SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 3 on the PSP. Yeah, well, I saw it at, where was I? Seattle, over at PAX. So this time they showed off a new level, and the mechanics actually work a little better. I got to try out the cover system, which is new to the series, and yeah, I got to play through that, and it was really good. It felt really smooth, and it was on the PSP Go, which takes a little getting used to, but it's pretty good so far.
Cool. So is there anything new that they revealed today besides what they showed off at PAX?
Nothing new exactly. It was just a new level that we got to go through, and like it's a lot of the stuff that they've added actually works. Because last time I played it, I couldn't do the cover system like quite well. So this time they had it. It's tweaked, and they also have some cutscenes that I put in, and they look really great.
So there you have it, the sights and scenes from the PSP Go event down here in San Francisco. A lot of games. Check out the site for more coverage on a lot of the titles that we had here on display. Back to you guys.
Now, Sophia, cannot wait to get Japan.
I know, so much ramen.
Yes, ramen, Akihabara, we're going to have a great time, and you guys are going to be seeing all that great coverage all of next week. Sophia and I will be there, a lot of other people from the GameSpot crew. We're going to have a great time. Anyway, that's your show for Saturday, September 19th. Sophia, thanks for being here.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, and we will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend. Cool, cool. Okay. Good.
Brian's like a pro.
You know what, Sophia? Just drink out of your water. That's how much of a pro I am. It's not disgusting.